People are asking what happened, and I don't know. But see that? That came out of him. We couldn't tell. John Ernest was helping me from afar. We tried to do forensics through the phones. I was sending photos. This squirrel is freaking me out, and I know we did every which way from Sunday doing an ID on Mr. Brownfeet. Oh my God, this guy looks so much like him, but it can't be him. It doesn't have the white hairs. Right. See, he goes under there. See, it's gonna happen like that. And now he's going over there. It's not him. But God, he looks so much like him. This must be one of his kids. This one only wants a walnut, and I'm looking. I got your walnut. But this one, he looks so much like Brownfeet to me. And except for he's not him. So it's gonna be rough. He's probably one of his kids. But yeah. I had a moment there, and then I actually thought, oh my God, after all these videos I've posted, if I tell everyone he's not dead, but he's dead. We did a ID check. We were sending photos, and I was sending photos, and we were both zooming and looking at hairs, literally down to the hairs. John counted 7 white hairs on his head in between, it's like between his ears. Hard to explain. But anyway, we ID'd him, and it was just, we know it's him. This is fluid or something that came out of his mouth or his nose. I thought it was water at the time. The fact that it's still there, it doesn't look like blood, but there was something running out of him. This is Jumper 2. Jumper, hey. Jumper's a jumper. That's what he does. That's why his name's Jumper 2. He doesn't grab the nut. And sometimes, well, he got it that time. Usually he just knocks it out of my hand. Anyway, that's him. This is where it happened. We don't, to the best of our guess, John and I went through all the guesses together. We just landed on poisoned, that he was poisoned. He was missing for a full day and a half. The last time I saw him was in the last video I posted of him. Pardon me while I walk right by you, because right here is Mr. Brownfeet. Right? Yes, it's Mr. Brownfeet. Oh my God. Mr. Brownfeet. You have no idea. And I was happy that he had not been hit by a car, because another squirrel had. At least I thought so at the time, but now I'm starting to question even that, because that squirrel I found in the road laying on his side the same way Brownfeet was laying here, and I'm wondering, and he had come from across the road, which is where Brownfeet went the last time I saw him. I think it's somebody across the road. I think it's poison. That other squirrel, I'm not even sure anymore that he did get hit by a car. The only sign of any physical injury on that squirrel was his eye was shoved in, which I thought maybe was from the car, but normally that would pop an eye out. I know it sounds gross, but John has seen it and I have seen it. I've never seen it pushed in, and I did see when I drove up and found that squirrel like that, there was a crow pecking at his head/eye. So he might have been fine, just like Brownfeet was, with no physical, because that one didn't have any injuries. He was the same way. When I picked him up, he was perfectly fine, the squirrel that got hit in the road, other than the eye that was pushed in. Oh, and he had blood on his mouth. He did have blood on his mouth, but again, the crow was pecking at his face when I found him. So the crow could have done that too. So that was the 2 days before this happened to Brownfeet. And he was coming from the same place that Brownfeet went towards the last time I saw him, across the street, which is a broad thing to say. I'm sorry, I don't have better answers for people. It wasn't a hawk. It wasn't a bullet. John asked me, are there any holes in him? There was nothing. There were no bites. There were no bullet wounds. There was nothing to indicate anything other than when I found him, he was motionless and barely breathing and just something coming out of his mouth or nose. And I thought it was water. I thought my immediate thought at the time was he had to have been poisoned because he was perfectly fine physically. I was still petting him. He was warm. He was kind of responsive a little bit when I picked him up. And I pet him and we looked each other in the eye and he died. The crazy thing was, okay, this camera's on the ground now, but it wasn't then. At 12:05, and this has never been pushed over before, so that's interesting. This is the groundhog cam. Okay, there's the groundhog volleyball, and I had just turned this thing around, I think, yesterday, and based right on there, but it didn't see where he came from. The last video was 12:05. And it was pointing it here, and there was just some, normal squirrel coming through. And there was nothing on the ground. And then the next one was 12:37, and it was me walking up, finding him laying on his side, unable to move, like I said, with fluid coming out of his mouth. I have no idea what happened here. Is he breathing? I can't tell. I don't know if this is Brownfeet. It looks like him. Why is he here? Oh my God. I have video. Oh God. All right. I need to figure this out. I don't know. So all we can come up with is, unfortunately, that he was poisoned. Just saw Walker, Mr. Brownfeet. Did you know Walker's? You know he's around, don't you? Yeah. You tried hitting the phone? Did you think that would get you a faster nut? Here you go. You're cute. You're so cute.